Oh, I'm reading How Will You Measure Your Life? And I think it's chapter 6 or chapter 7 in there that I was reading today. And in short, like always or often, it made me stop and think about my own parenting, about how me as a parent, us as a parent, how we all want to give our kids more. You know, from my perspective, like more experiences, more opportunities, more exposure to crazy and wild adventures and family holidays and sports. And obviously I'm guilty of that. That's the way I've typically looked at things. And by doing that, you're like, yeah, pat yourself in the back. I'm giving them more. But there's a catch. The more I watch my kids grow up, the more I realize that some of their best learning ultimately happens when I do not step in, when they literally have to figure their own shit out on their own. It's actually one of the big reasons I would say that we go to the cottage in the island every summer for a couple of months and move up there and live up there. Up there, they get to struggle often, you know, in the best possible way. They get to fix their own bikes. They get to build forts on their own. They get to garden. They get to bait their own hooks. They get to go fishing. They get to learn how to kayak and canoe. They get to catch fish, because if they don't catch fish, we don't eat fish, and they love fish. And we've got a bunch of boys that are really, really hungry. So at the end of the day, they get to problem solve and learn and have a sense of independence that is, you know, for whatever reason, it just doesn't seem like it always happens as much down here when we're back at home. And I think that's the kind of independence that ultimately sticks with them, or I hope will stick with them. It's not something, you know, we can teach in a structured way from my perspective. It ultimately comes from letting them live it, learn it, and just kind of work through the muck on their own when they're in it. And obviously I catch myself sometimes wanting to make things easier for them, to jump in, to smooth it out. But I've learned that the struggle is where the growth inevitably happens, almost always, if not always. And the same goes naturally in business, really. You know, I can't protect my team or them from every single challenge. At the end of the day, they have to work through that. They have to problem solve, and that's ultimately where the growth comes on the professional front. So I guess in this long diatribe, like these days, I'm trying to remind myself that my job isn't to remove struggles. It's to create an environment where people, my family, my kids, my teammates can struggle well and support them when they need it, but also don't be afraid to let them go at it on their own. So to me, that's where confidence and lasting lessons are learned. And as I told you, I'm not even going to get 5 or 10 minutes to get this out. So wherever this finds you today, make sure it finds you well. Remember, it's your story. Go write a great one.